Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to explore W.B. Yeats' The Second Coming, a poem written in the aftermath of World War I that speaks to the chaos, uncertainty, and despair of a fractured world. But today we'll connect its themes to the lawlessness and anarchy bred by corrupt governance across political parties. Now, before we begin, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue delivering quality content. So without further ado, let's delve into the depths of Yeats' powerful verse. At the outset, it might seem that we're analyzing a poem rooted in the turmoil of early 20th century Europe. After all, World War I had shattered the old order, leaving a continent in ruins. But does this poem, written over 100 years ago, truly reflect our current times? Can its message still resonate with us today? Well, beyond its historical context, The Second Coming transcends its time. It speaks to a fundamental human experience, the experience of living through a period of immense political upheaval and uncertainty. And what is more uncertain and chaotic than life under a corrupt government? Let's examine the first lines of the poem. Turning and turning in the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. These opening lines paint a stark and unsettling picture. The falcon, a powerful image of authority, is depicted as one separated from its master. The falconer, traditionally associated with power and control, can no longer influence the bird. The falcon turns and turns in a widening gyre, suggesting a spiraling descent into madness and chaos. But why does this matter to us today? Why should we, living in different times and places, care about a poem that seems so historically bound? Because these images of a fractured world, of authority losing its grip, mirror our own experiences. When corruption pervades the halls of power, when governments, irrespective of their political leanings, abandon their responsibilities and fail to serve their people, we see the echoes of Yeats's troubled vision. Today, we witness a similar disconnect between those in power and those who are meant to be governed, political leaders. Instead of heeding the needs of their constituents, often find themselves detached from the realities faced by ordinary citizens. The falcon, representing this governing authority, is spinning out of control, unable to hear the cries of the people it's supposed to serve. Yeats continues, the blood-dimmed tide is loosed and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Here, Yeats introduces a horrifying image, the blood-dimmed tide. A tide is usually associated with a rhythmic ebb and flow, symbolizing regularity and predictability, elements we associate with a stable society. However, this tide is blood-dimmed, suggesting violence and turmoil. The traditional rhythm of society has been disrupted, replaced by an unsettling surge of chaos. This imagery resonates deeply with the impact of corrupt governance. In societies where the rule of law is compromised and basic rights are violated, order gives way to disorder. Streets once filled with the laughter of children become tainted with the blood-dimmed tide of violence and injustice. Furthermore, Yeats highlights the tragic loss of innocence in a world turned upside down. The ceremony of innocence, a metaphorical baptism into a pure and untainted world, is drowned. Under corrupt regimes, innocence is often the first casualty. Children growing up amidst political turmoil and uncertainty are robbed of their carefree existence. They inherit a world marred by violence, corruption, and disillusionment, shaping them into cynical adults who may never fully comprehend the meaning of innocence. And it's not only the innocent who suffer. As Yeats points out, the best lack all conviction. those in positions of power and influence, instead of upholding principles and working for the greater good, become disillusioned, losing faith in their ability to make a difference in a world dominated by corruption and self-interest. Integrity and idealism can seem misplaced and ineffective, yet amidst this bleak landscape, Yeats identifies a sinister force. The worst are full of passionate intensity. While the best lose faith and falter, the corrupt and nefarious elements thrive. Corrupt politicians and those who profit from chaos and suffering find strength in a world turned upside down. Passionate in their pursuit of power and personal gain, they exploit the suffering of others for their own benefit. As we navigate the complexities of life under corrupt governance, it is crucial to recognize the subtle ways in which our daily experiences mirror Yeats's prophetic vision. The erosion of trust, the loss of innocence, the challenges to personal conviction, and the rise of those who thrive on chaos are all too familiar in our current socio-political climate. We can't help but wonder as we read Yeats's words, are we witnessing the very rough beast he described, slouching towards Bethlehem to be born? Is this the monstrous force that arises from the ashes of a decaying society? Yeats writes, "A rough beast its hour come round at last, slouches towards Bethlehem to be born." This concluding couplet sends shivers down our spines. The imagery of a rough beast is both terrifying and haunting. The beast is not merely wild or untamed, it's aggressive, brutal, and destructive. The idea of this creature slouching towards Bethlehem, the birthplace of Jesus Christ, is particularly disturbing. It suggests a perversion of hope and the triumph of darkness over light. Yeats implies that this rough beast, this embodiment of tyranny and oppression, is nearing its moment of ascendancy. In corrupt regimes, we often see the rise of authoritarian tendencies as leaders consolidate power and curb dissent. The rough beast manifests in the form of draconian laws, the suppression of civil liberties, and the silencing of opposition voices. It thrives on fear and controls every aspect of public life under such regimes. Truth becomes distorted. Justice is perverted, and the rule of law is disregarded. The rough beast tramples over the rights and freedoms of individuals, reducing them to mere pawns in a game of political power. And yet, amidst this bleak prophecy, there's a glimmer of hope. Yeats doesn't leave us in total despair. There's a sense of inevitability in his depiction of the rough beast, but also a recognition that it's the product of a flawed and decaying world. In essence, the second coming isn't merely a lament for a bygone era or a prediction of societal collapse. It's a call to action. It urges us to confront the forces that give rise to tyranny and corruption. It reminds us that the responsibility to shape our world lies in our hands. And now, dear viewers, we turn the conversation to you. How do you think W.B. Yeats' The Second Coming reflects the state of governance today? Do you see parallels between the poem's imagery of a fractured world and your own experiences living under corrupt leadership? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Your insights are valuable and can enrich the discussion. If you enjoyed this deep dive into The Second Coming and its relevance today, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Your engagement helps us continue exploring the depths of great literature and its impact on our lives. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Yeats's timeless masterpiece. Until next time, stay curious, keep asking questions, and never stop seeking understanding. Thank you for watching this deep dive into The Second Coming. We hope you found this exploration insightful. Remember, the fight for a better society begins with us, demanding justice, fairness, and rule of law. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, take care.